Welcome into Coach and Company, presented by Afterburn, in theaters September 19th.
And as our chat queen Kimberly says, the first thing this morning, cheers to the weekend. What's good, everybody? Welcome in to Coach and Company Live here on Stadium and also Valley Sports Live. We are here every single weekday, but also now on the weekends. The football season is here, YouTube only on Saturday and on Sunday. Now, we have a full show on deck for you, but as always, before we look forward, we must look back. Me and Raphael suck. Zeno, Peyton, DG, they are really, really good. Here is our recap from yesterday. Rays White Sox over 8.5. But last night, you guys saw it, the Packers legit, defense legit. The under came in, Packers cover. However, a lot of injuries. Austin Eckler out with a torn Achilles. Reed out with a broken collarbone. So certainly both teams getting hurt last night. Let's set the table for all of you. We always have a ton of content coming out of BTT Studios. In addition to this show, we have a ton of on-demand pro wrestling content. And then, as always, live every single day, 2 to 4 Eastern time. It is Off the Ropes with the coach on Channel 156 on Pro Wrestling Nation 24/7. Weekday wagers also today at 2 p.m. Eastern time. Also, become a premium member, all-star. Scan that QR code. We have a ton of extra content, extra episode every single day, premium only, and also prime time football content coming up throughout the fall. And also, brand new merch is available today. We'll have the QR codes up throughout the show so you can get your Model My Ass or I Bet or Chapel Bill, whatever you want, representing the brand. All right. Housekeeping done. You know it's Friday. That means Footy Friday is coming. NFL is coming. College football is coming. So let's get it going. Ladies and gentlemen, they're here. I thought I was going to do the show on my own. It's time to beat the books. Oh, and today is a big, big day. We have a tradition here on the show that whoever has the best day yesterday gets to go first with the first 15 seconds of the show this morning. So, Zeno, 2-0, big boy. You get the 15 seconds today. Good morning.
I'm so honored. I don't deserve it. I am not humble enough to be here with you guys. No, great to be with you guys. Hope everybody's having a wonderful weekend. Soupy, good to see you back in the saddle here. And Skibbity Riz Chuck, let me know where I need to go find what I need to find this weekend to catch up because damn stupid bets last night that got the better of me.
It was not good for some people. It was better for others. Yeah. Boring game. It was just, I think that's the way the Packers are going to play this year is really good defense. And Josh Jacobs, when we get a 10-point lead or 14-point lead, here you go, number 8. Here you go. All right, can't wait for your best bets today. By the way, I'm bringing back Footy Friday just for you, Zeno, a 5-pack of soccer plays.
It's going to take me an hour to find them.
We'll try to help you out.
I'm finding one. Now I got to find 5.
He is live from the the man who's responsible for the 5-pack. Good morning, Big Chuck.
Good morning, Coach Man Company. Nice to be back in the saddle. Yes, Zeno, we'll make it easy on you. It should be all in one little spot there for you. But, yeah, ready to get back to it. A little NFL, college football, and the return of the top leagues. What more could you ask for?
Oh, I love Premier League, Bundesliga, all back today. All right, finally, he's got the best beer in the game. Also, you can find all of his stuff over there at Prize Picks. Big Soupy, what's been?
What's going on? I watched that Packers game last night. I didn't really have the Packers as the best team in the NFC, but convincing they're great on both sides of the ball. Yeah, I think they're the best.
Solid. They are solid. All right, let's get into it. We need to have a winning day. Yesterday was like 5-5. I don't like the kiss my sister kind of days. I don't like the lipstick on a pig kind of days. I like 6-2 like we had 3 days ago. So, Zeno, I need good vibes. You were 2-0 yesterday. So, of course, best bets. I'm starting with you, big boy. Go.
We're going to look tonight on the college slate here, Coach, and take the Houston Cougars and lay the 3.5 against Colorado, who is an absolute mess. They're on their third-string quarterback, Willie Fritz, Connor Wegman, going to be very good on offense against a poor Colorado defense. Plus, the Houston Cougars defense, better than advertised here. First Big 12 matchup for these two teams. I'll lay the 3.5 with the Cougars. And I think I'm trying to thread the needle here with Soupy as my Major League Baseball players, the Minnesota Twins, first 5 money line. Why? Because Brendan Pfaadt is god-awful on the road. His ERA is over 7. He's given up 19 of his 22 home runs away from home. Look, both of these teams have done the very American thing. They've quit, okay? They have just stopped trying because their season is over. But Brandon Pfaadt is that bad on the road, and I can keep the tie in my back pocket here. I'll take the Twins at home as a favorite.
By the way, if those that are watching on YouTube, Zeno, Big Cheesy, he agrees. He says that Houston is a mega max bet tonight for him. A mega max bet.
I don't know how much mega max bet is, but I'm willing to.
We'll do it. We'll do it. Big Cheesy, he's an OG. All right, great start, Zeno. I love the energy. All right, Big Subi, I'm going right next door. Right next door. I know we've got college football tonight. I know we have baseball tonight. But where are you going?
I'm starting with college football tonight. I'm going with Arizona to win straight up against Kansas State. I know last year they got outscored 17-0 in the second half, but they're at home, and I love this offense. No Fafita. They are looking better. In Kansas State, they've got injuries everywhere, and I don't like the way they played against Iowa State and Army, that pick 6 by Avery Johnson to lose that game. I think Arizona takes it tonight. And when I'm repping one of my teams, I'm fading them, kind of. I'm taking South Florida and the 17.5. They just went to Gainesville and they beat Florida. I think they'll keep it close. Byron Brown, look at this kid. He can elude the Miami pass rush. And right now, Miami's secondary is not looking good. They've allowed some big plays. I think he keeps it in them. Give me the plus 17.5.
Yeah, we'll talk more about that game coming up when we go back to school in about 12 minutes from right now.
Coach, I misread Soupy. When I saw Arizona, I thought he meant the D-backs. I didn't realize he meant the Wildcats. So now I feel better because I don't want to be in conflict with the beard.
We never want to do that. Never want to do that. All right. So, by the way, those 2 Friday games, if you're watching on YouTube, we'll break those down a little bit further in break number 2 and break number 3. All right. Best bets for now are done. But again, we have plenty of college football coming up, plenty of NFL coming up. But it's been a long break, and I mean a long break from our favorite soccer leagues. But it's back. It's time for a little Footy Friday. All right, you know that 2:30 Eastern on a Friday, it's Bundesliga. It's like a Monday night football game for the NFL. So that's where I want to start. In fact, we have multiple Friday plays today. Chuck, you're up.
That we do, Coach Man. Germany Bundesliga, Bayer Leverkusen, Frankfurt. And the theme of the weekend is just to keep things simple. We're going to start out with an over 3. Get this. These teams have combined for 3 or more total goals in 18 of their last 20 meetings. Plus, I like the Eagles to score in the first half. Go ahead and give me Frankfurt. First half, team total over half a goal. They've scored first half goal in 3 straight versus Leverkusen. Then we have one more Friday. We're going to go ahead and travel on over to France, Ligue 1, Marseille, Lorient. 2 more teams who just enjoy scoring when they're sharing the same pitch. Go ahead and give me another over 3. These 2 have combined for 3 or more total goals in 6 of their last 7 encounters.
It really feels like Ligue 1 is a league that we're going to see a lot of goals this year. Almost every single game has both teams scoring as well, which I really, really like. All right, so that's today. What about tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern time? You have a whole list of EPL games. Do you like one?
You know, I had to put just a little EPL. We have the what's called the South Coast Derby, Brighton and Bournemouth in the over 2.75. The over 2.5 is cash in 3 of their last 4 meetings. I'm expecting an open affair, 2-2 type of match. You can probably even look at the first half over. And then I couldn't forget about our friends over at the MLS, Charlotte FC and Inter Miami. And I'm going to stick with the theme with Inter Miami's averaging 2.1 team goals on the road and Charlotte FC scoring an average of 1.7 team goals at home. Go ahead and give me one more over 3 to close out Footy Friday.
Hey, I tell you what, we are winding down the MLS season, and so it seems like defenses are also saying, you know what, maybe we'll play today. It's been a lot of goals in the MLS the last couple of weeks. Let's capitalize on that on Saturday with Inter Miami, and hopefully Messi will play. Who knows? Big Chuck, it's great to have Footy Friday back, big boy. It's great to have Footy Friday back. All right. Now, whenever Zeno's on the show, we got to bring on his best friend. What's that look for, Zeno?
I'm trying to figure out where pantyhosen and Marseille Orient.
It's right under zigzag.
Under zigzag.
Lederhosen, what, Volkswagen?
Not to be
I
confused
promise.
with
Be confused with what, Chuck?
I literally tried to write it down. Like I'm literally like
I put it in an email. That's how I do it. That's the easiest way.
it's in the email
All right.
for you.
While Zeno is trying to find all
Sorry,
the soccer place. Mark, let me come over to you because JTS is absolutely on fire right now. I looked last night at the model, and only one had a game that was on the money line north of minus 200, which means all of the games except for one was below that. How did the money line do last night, Mark?
Excluding that one game that was over, we went 8-0. When you include that game, we went 9-0 because that game was also a run line trigger, which means that we cashed that ticket as well.
A run line trigger. That's what we're talking about. And there's certain numbers, but you got to be a member to understand it and to see it. But we give you a little taste right now. JTS play of the day. Mark, what do we got?
We're going with Minnesota's Luke Kischel to get over at least one hit tonight. He's done this in 14 of his last 17 games. He's over in 4 straight of his last 4 home games. He's averaging almost 2 hits a game in those. And then we're going to pair that with Yoshinobu Yamamoto, I'll butcher that name, to throw at least 2 walks. He's done this in 11 of his last 15 road games. And when he faces San Francisco, it's a walk-free pass day. He's averaging 3 walks a game when he faces the Giants. Put them both together, you get a plus 109, just a sports play of the day.
Did you just say walk-free pass day?
Yeah.
Okay. QR code's on the screen right now. First month, only $1 if you use our code NFL100. All of them, and a new little glitch they fixed. Now you can get your college football and your NFL football starting on Tuesdays, which is a big, big deal. All right, I believe that are all.
Excuse me, Coach Man. If I could get your attention, please. I got a little just more to contribute to the show today. Producer man, if we could throw up that little bonus parlay that I whipped up for everyone, that would be great. Yeah.
Okay.
First half parlay. We're going to take all 4 matches, Coach Man, and we just need a first half goal in each at a nice plus 150.
Wait. So you've taken all 4 of the games that you were putting into Footy Friday, and you put them into a first half goal parlay? Is that what we just did?
I would call that a bonus first half parlay.
Do you have any idea what you just did to Zeno? He's just trying to find the games. And now you're asking him to find first half team goal inside of those games?
Just the first half goal. No team, no specific team, just a goal.
Oh, no specific team. Oh. See, that's the difference. Look at Zeno's face. Zeno's over here like, what are we doing? Carry the 2.
Frankfurt. Is that the same thing as Frankfurt?
It is. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Take out like the first name, and it's always like Frankfurt or Newcastle or believe me, I had to learn too. I went to the school of Chuck, and now I'm all good. Gentlemen, well done. I think that's the first. You're damn right. That's the first ever 4-part first half goal bet parlay we've ever had. We just made history. Here on the show. All right. We're just getting started here on a Friday. And remember, we have an extra episode on Saturday morning, college football only. And then Sunday morning, we are live on our Coaching Company YouTube page. If you have not subscribed yet, I would encourage you to do so right now. Hit that notification button so anytime we start a show, you will be notified. Still to come on the other side, we're going to go back to school. It's time to talk college football. Some big-time matchups this weekend, specifically in the SEC. Also, bottom of the hour, we're talking NFL. It's week 2. Who is for real? Who isn't? Bills traveling to the Jets. That's one of our featured games today. Just getting started. It's Coach and Company live, presented by Afterburn Stadium and Valley Sports Live.
Too easy.
Hello, mate.
Wait a minute. You guys aren't real cops, are you?
solar flare hit, we lost our humanity. You saw what people did to the world burn. The monsters they became. If we're to rebuild, we have to hold on to every masterpiece of human achievement. Jay, you have a gift for acquiring treasures.
And what would I be hunting down this time?
Mona,
The Mona Lisa?
in all her motherfucking glory.
Guessing you're my contact. We're headed to the worst place on the planet. There's nothing there but disease and warlords. Yeah, this is definitely a bad idea.
The world is a gladiatorial arena. A worthy opponent is hard to find.
I could have taken that guy.
You're welcome.
We just flew into a war zone. Jumped out of a plane for the first time. Got attacked by a tank. And all this for a painting? I don't get it. What's going on that everybody's willing to die for?
Want our world back, Jake, from these agents of chaos.
We got work to do. I love this song. They're all over us. How many tanks does this guy have? Oh, shit.
Oh, can't wait for September 19th. Welcome back, everybody, to Coach and Company here on Stadium and Bally Sports Live. On Fridays, we break everything down from the world of college football and also the world of the NFL. Now, best bets are in the tank. We're ready for those. We recap those at the end of the hour. But right now, it's time to dig deep into a big-time pivotal week in the world of college football. It's time to go back to school. All right, Soupy and my man Zeno and Big Chuck. Now, is it a little bit ironic that Nico is playing for the Bruins tonight against New Mexico on a Friday night, and Tennessee is hosting Georgia, which he could have been playing against them, but he wanted the cash. He wanted the money. So, Zeno, let me start with you because Tennessee has lost 8 straight to Georgia, all 8 by double digits. But they have Georgia in their own house tomorrow. Let's start with you. What do you see?
This line movement is fishy as hell. This thing opened up at Georgia -7. Tennessee is missing both of their starting cornerbacks, and the line is moving in favor of the Volunteers. Well, you know what to do in that case. Just bet the Volunteers and go. But look, Georgia's unproven, and it's hard for me to say that because of their track record recently. But Gunnar Stockton, we don't know what he is, and we have a lot of questions about the offense. And the defense doesn't feel as sharp as it normally has in years past. Tennessee's offense is really good. Josh Heupel is a hell of a coach. They play with pace and tempo, and you know their defense has kind of been much upgraded over the last couple of years. So, look, I would tell you I don't think the spread matters. Either Georgia wins by margin or Tennessee wins outright. And for this to land on 3, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, and it's moved throughout the week, which is why we do it on Wednesdays and on Fridays. And now it's moved to 4. And did you guys happen to see, by the way, who was on the sidelines for the last Tennessee game? Kevin Hart. His son is being recruited by Tennessee's track team.
Oh.
How random is that? The track team. But he showed up for the football game. Soupy, Tennessee right now, they've been in all of the headlines in the last 8-9 months because of the quarterback. Their new quarterback might be better than Nico. Who knows? But we're going to find out tomorrow right here, right now.
Yeah, we're going to find out. I do think that this streak ends. I love the Rocky Top Mountain High going into Saturday. Georgia, I didn't like Gunnar Stockton when he replaced Carson Beck last year in the playoffs, and they haven't played anybody yet. So last year, the defense had problems. This isn't, and even the head coach said that this isn't the same team that he had in previous years when they were winning national championships. I think they're true test. I think they're going to fall flat. That's why I love Tennessee in this game. Give me that upset.
Big Chuck, you're all SEC. You live down in the country. Is this the year that Tennessee not only breaks the double-digit streak, but maybe, just maybe, wins on the field?
This one just kind of confused me because, yeah, like Zeno said, it started out at 7, then it plummeted down to 3s. Now we're seeing it going back up to 4s. I definitely looking at Tennessee at least to cover on this one. I think if you were going to get Georgia, you should have grabbed them at that field goal or that field goal number. But I think that they can keep it close. I don't know if they actually win, but I think them to cover in probably a lower scoring game.
Yeah, it kind of feels that way just a little bit. By the way, if you guys are watching on YouTube right now, Raphael is in the chat, DG's in the chat, Mikey's in the chat. Any questions for them, put them into the chat. They'll answer them for you in real time. All right, let's flip it over now to another big-time game this weekend. And when you talk about going to nighttime at LSU, and Florida coming off a big-time loss, Zeno, to South Florida last week. How do you bounce back in 7 days? How do you bounce back when perhaps you've got the hardest schedule in the country, and every single week is going to be a hyped-up game like going to LSU? How does Florida bounce back from that loss?
Play to the level of the talent that's on your roster. I mean, that's what it boils down to. Look, it's obvious Florida did not take South Florida seriously, right? And it's obvious that the Gators got themselves in a hole that they weren't ready to get themselves out of against the Bulls, and it ended up costing them. A whole bunch of stupid penalties, a guy spitting on another guy, ultimately cost them the actual win in the game, let alone the cover. And here they are, sitting with their season on the line in week 3 against LSU, going into one of the toughest places to play. Also worth noting, this line opened up at LSU minus 9.5. Wow. Now, I can tell you this much. That line is way off because if Florida actually won the game, if the guy doesn't spit on the other guy and they win the game 16-15, Florida's still ranked, and this line opens up at LSU minus 6.5. So you're getting a ton of value here on Florida. I'm backing the Gators. Their season, I love desperate teams in desperate spots. I know LSU is a tough place to play, but Florida has the talent to match up with LSU, particularly on the offensive side of the ball. This is their entire season here and Billy Napier's entire job. So they have to make this a competitive game, and I think they do.
Man, what was with Spitgate all over last week, whether it was in college or whether it was in the NFL, and then when it directly affects a game, that's a fascinating on-point take right there. That's exactly what would have happened. So basically, because of the late field goal, Soupy, we're getting 3 points here, essentially, is what Zeno's saying. So if that's the case, do you also like Florida?
I like Florida because for some reason, Billy Napier gets his team to play up to the competition or play down to the competition. So I think they can stand with LSU. I loved LSU against Clemson. Against Louisiana Tech, they only won 23-7, a team they should have scored at least 30 to 40 points. Garrett Nussmeier did not look great in that second game. They do have a run game now. They have a little bit more of a bounce offense. They need to do that. They need to trick Florida. And if they do, I think they could win. But I'm still going to take Florida to cover with the touchdown.
Yeah, I think that was a 35-point spread with Louisiana Tech or something like that. Big Chuck, this is your squad. You're an LSU guy. This is your favorite team. And it almost feels like, I know they've only had a couple of weeks, but it feels like maybe Brian Kelly has a team to compete to get to a playoff.
He definitely has a team to compete to get to the playoffs, although I think this is a tricky spot. Last week was clearly look-aheads for both those teams, looking ahead to this one. That 7, yeah, I saw 9. I liked it better at 9.5. I was expecting a blowout, plus the total was at 50, so I thought we may actually see some points. Now that total's come down from 50 to 46.5 and down to 7, so that's kind of telling me looking at the dog in a lower scoring game. So I'm thinking Florida could probably keep it within a touchdown.
Yeah, you really think there's correlation. Normally for you, is it the favorite and the under or the dog and the under?
It just kind of depends, but when it's when we only need 46 points, that's kind of light. So I think on that one, I would definitely look at the dog, especially catching 7.
Okay, very, very good. All right, let's flip it over to our third featured game. And this is the team that if they can win this week, guys, and I'm talking about South Florida, if they can win this week, they don't even play another FBS team until October. They are in line perhaps to be one of those non-Power 5, Power 5, whatever they are, to get into the playoffs. Right now, they're ranked 18th, coming off that big win over Florida. This is their season. if we're talking about the playoffs, Zeno. And right now, getting 17.5, I know it's a best bet by one of you guys. I absolutely love it. Carson Beck, former Georgia quarterback, he now has the reins at Miami. So a lot of storylines going on here, Zeno. Talk to me.
Well, look, the biggest thing for South Florida here is, and they are well aware of it because they've said it publicly, they are in the driver's seat to be the group of 5 team that makes the college football playoff. All they have to do is not get blown out in this game. They have to win the optics of this game. And think about this, guys. It's 38-17, right? And there's under 3 minutes left. Go ahead. Get right in the end zone. Knock yourself out. Miami doesn't care. They're not in this for optics, right? Like, the back door is wide open here. It's so wide open, it's scary. But South Florida is not going to stop coming in this game. They'll play for a full 60 minutes. There's no way I'm laying 17.5 at a 3-score, deficit here. South Florida all the way.
All the way. And Soupy, didn't you have South Florida is one of your best bets, right?
Yep,
Or
South Florida. Take it.
South Florida. It just screams bet of the week. I mean, if anybody, they beat Boise State 34-7. Then they beat Florida at Florida. How are they getting 18 points essentially?
I don't know, really. You saw them how they play. They are an explosive offense. This Bynum Brown guy is incredible. He had a 66-yard touchdown in a game against Florida. This defense will attack the line of scrimmage. They will put pressure on you. They will get those tackles for losses. I still believe in Carson Beck. He has been great this year, one of the most accurate quarterbacks in the league. He had 15 consecutive completions last week. That is a new Miami record. I think they're good enough to win this game. But like Zeno said, there could be that late touchdown where they cover.
So here is their schedule, guys, that if they can beat Miami, South Carolina State next week, a bye, Charlotte, North Texas, Florida Atlantic, Memphis, UTSA, Navy, UAB, and Rice. Is this not their season, Chuck? Is this not their season? When I rip off, that's the rest of their year.
If they can get through this one, definitely. But I think this may be a trap spot. I'm looking at this one. It was 16.5. Now we're seeing some 17.5s. That total was 54. Now we're seeing some 56.5s. So they may be just luring you in, saying that 17.5 is too good to pass up, and then Miami just blows the door off of them. It's bound to come when they're playing these high-profile teams. So I think this may be a trap spot. You maybe want to be careful with South Florida laying the plus 17.5.
What have you seen? I've got about 45 seconds, then I'll let you wrap this one up. What have you seen from South Florida? Because we have a 2-game sample size here over legit teams where they've looked like the better team both weeks.
I mean, I'm still skeptical of them in this game against Miami. They can get out-athleted. That's what Florida was supposed to do. They were supposed to out-athlete them, and Miami has the athletes to do that. Look, the only thing they can do is try to get a pass rush on Carson Beck and make him nervous and force him into mistakes. If they can do that, they're going to find themselves able to stay in this game. But I don't like the game script for South Florida constantly playing catch-up where the back door is the only option, although I still believe it to be the best-case scenario. If they can hang around for the first 30 minutes, they got a great shot to stay in the number.
And look at that start time, guys. Is there anything better than the sun going down as the fourth quarter starts and all of a sudden you have a tight game and you can feel that fall air down there? And oh, no, this is in Miami. It's going to be hot as hell all game long in Miami. But damn it, I love the start time because then we can still have LSU in the evening. It's a great schedule starting at noon, 4:30, and then 7:30. All right, we're about halfway home here on Coach and Company. Coming up on the other side, we're looking at everything NFL. It's a big-time week number 2. Who's for real? Who's not for real? Jets, 32 points last week. Oh, Josh Allen, come on in. We talk about it next. Coach and Company, presented by Afterburn, right here, Stadium and Bally Sports Live. All right, you degenerates, we continue on here on our YouTube page. And tonight, you already seen, we have a best bet on Houston and we have a best bet on Arizona. And Zeno, when you're talking about Colorado, they gave Dion a brand new contract. They gave Dion north of $10 million a year because there's all this attention on the football team. There's no more attention right now on this football team outside of, do you even have a quarterback? Is the bloom off the rose right now for Mr. Dion?
No, I mean, look, he deserved the contract. He made the words Colorado football relevant again for the first time since I think Michael Westbrook was there. So yes, he deserves the contract because they are still relevant. He has to recruit better. Like, I understand what he did in getting his son and Travis Hunter, but you kind of actually have to just try to continue to get better players beyond the portal and make this thing work.
He will not even address the question, Soupy, when it comes to the quarterback situation, which he's on the third string quarterback. They have not looked good. The offense has not looked good. And I know he had some health issues in the offseason. He wasn't around the team a lot. He wasn't able to recruit. He has a high-profile relationship now. So it seems like a lot of the focus is on outside the football team, not necessarily inside.
And that was the problem the last couple of years. That was the big problem in the first season, and that's why you saw them struggle as much as they did. They were much better. I think they focused more on the football aspect last year, and that's why they almost won a Big 12 championship. This year, they don't have Shadur. They don't have Travis Hunter. He doesn't have a lot of those guys that he brought over from Jackson State.
Mm-hmm.
So now he has to do the recruiting. That is the job now. And right now, it's not working because this team does not look good.
Isn't it amazing how fast you can fall in college football if you don't have the players, if you can't get into the portal, if you can't do a lot of those things, you're going to fall off very, very, very quickly. And with tens of millions of dollars on the line to get to a playoff or to get to a conference championship game, there's a lot of scrutiny, a lot. So Colorado-Houston, that game tonight, 7:30 Eastern time. We'll talk about Arizona and Kansas State in the next break. All right, we are back. We're talking all things NFL right now in 5 seconds.
How many tanks does this guy have?
Welcome back to Coach and Company, presented by Afterburn, in theaters September 19th.
All right, a week from today, Afterburn is in theaters. I encourage you to go check it out. My main man, Dave Bautista, who I got in the ring with years and years ago, now sharing the big screen with Samuel L. Jackson. It's hard to believe. Also, do not forget, we have a ton of extra content here at the brand BTT. If you want to become an All-Star Premium member, I encourage you to do it, and do it right now. Also, brand new merch store that is up. If you get a piece of merch, take a picture in it. Send us in. Marky Model would love to see you in a Model My Ass t-shirt and or sweatshirt. Also, do not forget all of our content on demand at our BTT and Coach and Company YouTube page. Bonus episodes as well. And if you guys are driving around today and you have Sirius XM radio, don't forget little 2 to 4 national radio show with your boy called Off the Ropes. I encourage you to tune in for that. All right, you guys know what moves the needle. It's the NFL. That's what it's all about. Let's break down some of the biggest games of the weekend right here, right now. And Zeno, I got to go to New York. You're my New York guy, you and Big Tommy C. The Jets had a moral victory a week ago, 34-32, giving up 34 and 4 touchdowns to one Aaron Rodgers. But now they have another home game against perhaps the best quarterback in the entire league in Josh Allen, who just had a miraculous, historical comeback against the Ravens last Sunday night. So it begs the question, will the Bills have a little emotional letdown going on the road to the Meadowlands?
Well, first of all, it's not alleged that he's the best quarterback in the league. Josh Allen is the best quarterback in the league and has been for about 2 years now, but that's
I will never say it.
I know. That said, love the Jets here. love the Jets here. Huge emotional letdown spot for Buffalo, going to a place where they usually struggle in New York. And this is a spot here where the Bills may get out of here with a win. But this is just way too many points for them to be laying on the road within the division here. Justin Fields has proved himself adequate. The fantasy nerds will tell you that. He'll be able to run. He'll be able to throw and keep the Jets in the game here. As long as the Jets don't have a defensive meltdown, they're going to be fine. Because you saw what the Ravens did to the Bills defense last week. The Bills defense needs to get better. It will, but as of right now, they can be had, and I think the Jets will certainly keep this close.
And I think that's the one thing, Zeno, that got lost in all of the comebacks is that they still gave up 40 in basically 3 quarters. So they have to get that fixed. Justin Fields, I'm a fan, and he did great on the ground last week. I think he went over his number. But if he keeps having these games, Soupy, then his rushing number, which I absolutely love to play, him, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, I love those numbers. But they're going to put it so high for Justin Fields that you can't bet it. I don't think it's there yet. But the way he played last week, the Bills, they've got a lot to deal with.
They've got a ton to deal with. That's why you need to get on your cellular device right now. Smash that over. Why is it only at 46 when both of these teams played matches that were north of 80 points? Both teams have rushing quarterbacks. Both looked great in passing. I could not believe Justin Fields had that much precision, especially with Garrett Wilson. Garrett Wilson had a couple of drops, but still looks great. I'm thinking this is going to go back and forth. That's why I will take the Jets at the plus 6.5, but I'm also hitting that over.
Oh, banging that over. And that's usually where you like to go with NFL games, Big Chuck, is banging the total. Do you like the over here just like Soupy?
Definitely like the total, and this is where I think it correlates with the dog, with the Jets catching the 6.5. I think the more points, it's going to benefit them. The Bills, they would want a lower scoring game in this matchup. Definitely a letdown spot for them. It screams this. It was over 7 at one point. And I wish if you wait, you'll probably get it back up to 7. I'm sure late money will come back in and push it out. So if you like the Jets, you may want to wait to try to get the 7. But love points, love the Jets team total in the over.
Yeah, don't tell Raphael, who's in the chat right now, because I like to buy points. He hates buying points. Where are you guys at on buying points? Do you do it or do you not do it?
I'll buy the 7. Yeah, I'll buy the 7.
You'll buy it up to 7?
Yeah.
Usually it's like 30 cents, 35 cents, something like that. Sometimes buying a point, getting it to 7.5, that hook on 7.5, very attractive. But I never like to look at, keeping track of the history of would I spent the extra money or not. Raphael loves it, but to each his own. All right, let's get to the next game now. And this one is a battle of two 1-0 teams when we're talking Jacksonville and Cincinnati. But the Bengals did not look good at all, Zeno. 17-16, they beat the Browns. Jacksonville had a long weather delay in the middle of the game, but they played Carolina, and they held Carolina down. And now all these commercials with Travis Hunter and who's the quarterback?
Trevor Lawrence.
Oh my God, Trevor Lawrence. All of a sudden, all these commercials are coming out of the woodwork now, just because they're 1-0. And the owner shows his face in the locker room and says, "Forever." You're 1-0, Shad. You're 1-0. But Zeno now playing a legit quarterback in Joe Burrow, who threw for less than 120 yards in week number 1. What do we do here?
The overhyped under expectations bowl between the Jaguars and Bengals is coming up this Sunday. That's exactly what these two teams are: overhyped and underperforming. Look, I mean, what's surprising is that the Bengals had like 7 total yards of offense in the second half of that game, and because the idiot kicker for the Browns missed 2 easy chip shot field goals, the Bengals got out of there with a win in a game that they should have lost. I don't expect Zach Taylor to be any better this week. He's not a good coach. He's never been a good coach. He's a poor preparation coach, and the Bengals execute like a poorly prepared team. That said, what does Liam Cohen mean to the Jaguars? I don't really know that we know yet. Carolina might not be good, so I'll reserve my judgment, but at least the Jaguars look competent on both sides of the ball here. Cincinnati would never get my money. Jaguars plus 3.5 or pass.
It's got to be so frustrating to be a Bengals fan, player. They bungled the whole Trey Hendrickson thing, and now you can't even get over 120 yards when you got an all-pro, future wide receiver, and potential all-pro, future Hall of Famer in Joe Burrow, and that's how you come out of the gates. I just don't think the Bengals are as good as what their talent should say that they are, Soupy, and right now laying 3.5, I'm kind of leaning to Jacksonville. I really am.
I'm leaning to Jacksonville because last week they played Carolina. They did not give you everything that everything they provide. They left some things out of that game because they knew they had it in the bag. I think we're going to see Travis Hunter rushing. We're going to see different play schemes. And the Bengals, that defense can't handle a peewee football offense. That's how bad they are. And that you can't be Joe Burrow and throw for only 120 yards, except every team except the Browns. That's why I think I'm going to take Jacksonville plus 3.5.
All right, let's flip it over now. Chuck, I'm going to start with you. The game of the weekend, the Eagles and the Chiefs. Eagles coming off a game that, quite frankly, they did not look that good, 24-20. They lose Jalen Carter for that game, but he gets suspended, but apparently since he didn't play, he's going to play on Sunday. The Chiefs, Travis Kelce is very upset that he knocked out Xavier Worthy. Xavier Worthy was on the practice field Thursday and Friday. Whether or not he plays, that remains to be seen. But Zeno, basically, every sports book has this at a pick'em or at a 1. For the Chiefs, it feels like a must-win. For the Eagles, they've got the hardest schedule in all of football, and this is just more of that. Your take on this game?
Couple of numbers for you guys to digest here. Number one, Patrick Mahomes has never started 0-2 in his career. So there's that. Number two, as somebody who actively roots for the Chiefs to lose, if they do lose this game, I'd just like to point out that since 1990, of the teams that have started 0-2, 0.9% of them have made a Super Bowl. 0.9%. So if the Chiefs do lose this game, which I don't think they will because I already bet on them to win, but if they do lose this game, the next bets I will make will be on the Ravens and the Bills to win the AFC.
Well, maybe it's a way for, because Patrick Mahomes just likes to challenge himself sometimes. I mean, the 3 that he's won already were so easy. Maybe this is a way to go about it where he can say when they get to the Super Bowl, after they were, no, I'm kidding. That would never happen. Great nuggets by you, and there's a reason that data exists, Soupy, because we pay attention to it and because of trends. This one, do the Chiefs start 0-2 for the first time during the Patrick Mahomes era?
Man, I've really been racking my brain this because I think they're both going to go about the same way. We're not going to see that many explosive plays. I think they're going to nitpick. There's going to be short yardage play because you can't. I don't want Patrick Mahomes to try to attack this secondary because he's going to get into a lot of trouble, especially with Worthy hurt. I'm going to lean towards the under. I think we're going to see a lower scoring game, but in that favor, I got to take the Eagles. I think with the Eagles defense, great on both sides of the ball. If this is a low-scoring game, I think they muscle it out to win.
Well, the one thing they did not do last week against the Chargers was contain the quarterback, 3rd and 14, and they allow a 25 to 30-yard run to cement the game. Big Chuck, Jalen Hurts against the Dallas Cowboys, he did the same thing. He had 2 rushing touchdowns. That's an issue. That's an issue. Can the Chiefs stop Jalen Hurts?
I think they're going to try to contain him, but they also have to be wary of their passing game also. But I definitely like the Chiefs in this spot in a higher scoring game. I think that correlates with the Chiefs and over. Eagles will want a lower scoring game. They'll definitely have their eyes set on Mr. Hurts, but you have to watch those receivers also. They know how they can get open. Look at the Super Bowls, so the Chiefs will know that.
Real quick, I have about 45 seconds for you, Zeno. When you're talking about the receivers, last week, Kelce, I see a lot of people say, oh, it's great to see him back healthy and moving around. He only had 2 catches, 47 yards in that long touchdown. Hollywood Brown was the guy that went over his number on catches, over his number on receiving yards. Any of the position players that you like in this matchup?
Pacheco, they'll use him as an extension of the run game and the pass game. I think that's the way to look. I mean, Andy Reid has always relied on him as a guy getting the ball in space, and that's the way I would look. Look, here's the other thing about this game. I don't think Andy Reid is going to get out-coached twice in a matter of 3 games, right? Like, the Eagles got him once. I don't think it's happening twice in the span of 3 games. So, huge coaching edge here to Andy Reid.
And I really want to see, guys, I'll be honest, I'm going to wrap this up myself, that I want to see Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs have to dig deep early in the season. They haven't had to do that. He's never not made it to the AFC Championship game, ever in his entire career. And I think this is a dig deep spot coming off the horrible loss to the Eagles in the Super Bowl. And then last week going to Brazil and just laying an absolute egg defensively. This is a watershed moment for the Chiefs. They get the game at home. They get the game. It's the only 4:25 game on Sunday afternoon. The whole stage is theirs. This is a big-time matchup. Of course, we'll be live Sunday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. Of course, this will be one of our featured games. Still to come on the other side, we wind things down for the week as we ramp them up for the weekend. Also, for those of you who were not here at the top of the hour, we have all of our picks one more time as we lock it in. It's a glorious Friday morning. It's Coach and Company, presented by Afterburn, right here on Stadium Valley Sports Live. All right, guys, tonight, late night, 9 o'clock Eastern Time, is the Kansas City Wildcats, who started their season, overseas in a loss to Iowa State. They have not looked very good. Arizona, on the other hand, they've looked really, really good, but yet They're the underdog in this game, Zeno. Make the math make sense to me.
I mean, I think Kansas State's the right side. I know Soupy's with Arizona, but I don't know. I mean, Kansas State hasn't looked like the best version of themselves yet. And yeah, Arizona can throw the ball. I think Fafita is really good. I question their defense. I mean, this total sort of points you in the direction of a higher scoring game to the over. But I'll defer to Soupy here. He probably knows this better than I do. Just from the looks of things, objectively, the numbers tells me to take Kansas State.
Soupy?
I'm looking at Arizona. They haven't given up a touchdown yet. I know the level of competition hasn't been great, but it's the first time they haven't done that since 2015. So that's to say something. And Avery Johnson, he's throwing too much. They're allowing their opposition to control the tempo of the game. They're falling behind. Avery Johnson is not a passer. He is more of a mobile quarterback. They're throwing up 55% of their plays. They can't do that. If he tries to get into a passing match with no Fafita, they're going to lose this game, and I think that's what's going to happen.
RPO. Start doing it more. Big Chuck, if they don't start doing it that way for Kansas State, they'll get blown out of this game.
They need to do something, and I originally thought this was a K-State spot out of desperation after the first 2 weeks, but the more I look at this game, the closer we get to kickoff, I'm thinking this is an Arizona spot. I'm liking them catching the plus 1.5, and I think lower scoring game. I think that they'll probably try to run it more, get to the ground game. So I'm looking at Arizona State in the under.
Okay. Arizona State or Arizona?
Arizona, my apologies.
That's all right. They're playing Kansas State.
Yeah, I got the state.
Yeah.
Just put them together.
Yeah, just put them together. All right, coming up on the other side, we wind things down. We've got to lock it in. Also, history made last night in the Bronx, and in the middle of the NFL and college season, it got lost. We want to tip our cap, and we're going to do it next. We're back live on Stadium, Valley Sports Live, in just 5 seconds. Okay, welcome back, everybody. Coach and Company here on Stadium Valley Sports Live. Don't forget, you can get all of our content on demand at our 2 different YouTube pages. Now, gentlemen, when the football season starts, it's very easy for other sports to kind of fall off, to not have our attention or to have our focus. And on a day that is so special to the people of New York, 9/11, they're always going to play a home game. The president showed up yesterday and gave a pep talk of sorts to the New York Yankees. Zeno, you're my New York guy. Aaron Judge is putting together a career that is unbelievable. Hall of Famer. And yesterday, 2 home runs at home, passing after Yogi Berra 2 days before that, Joey D. Joe DiMaggio. He now has 361 career home runs for the Yankees. And this guy continues to show he is just in a different world.
Yeah, absolutely. And by the way, Joe DiMaggio's 360 home runs. He had 379 strikeouts in his entire career. So put that and understand. Aaron Judge has 379 strikeouts the last 2 years. Doesn't mean he's not a great player, but let's just keep it in context here. That said, look, Aaron Judge is on his way to taking the mantle from Don Mattingly as the greatest Yankee to never win a World Series, because that's what they're headed for. Sadly as it may be, that's where they are. For all of everything that's great about him, and he's the greatest right-handed hitter of my generation. He's the greatest player in baseball, in my opinion. And I feel sad for him, because this organization has changed completely into something that the Steinbrenner's father, George, never would have allowed that to happen. And I'll add one more note. If you saw last night, they had extra protection for President Trump. That wasn't for bad things to happen. That was because Anthony Volpe might launch one near the president's box and hit him in the head with an errant throw.
So many Volpe jokes this year. My goodness. Big Chuck, let me come over to you, because Volpe has been in a whole nother world to himself at times this year also. It is unfortunate, because he seems like such a good dude. He meets with fans. He's everything you would want your captain to be, just like Derek Jeter was. But Derek Jeter had many World Series titles, many rings, Chuck, that Aaron Judge doesn't even have one yet.
He got to the World Series, but I think getting rid of Soto, that kind of just doomed him. If they could have kept him, he might have had a chance to proceed. But I think he's going to waste away, and I hate to see that because he's such a talented player. But the Yankees are better had come out and won last night after getting stomped on to start the series. So that was a must win. So he showed up. They had to get that one. But hopefully they can put some around him. But I don't see it.
Well, I still question Soto taking the 700 million. It was basically the same deal. It was like $30 million difference. But the Mets look a lot better than the Yankees do. And who could have predicted that, Soupy, in April, the way the Mets started and the Yankees started?
Man, both teams have collapsed. I mean, the Mets could have another one of those epic collapses like they did. I think it was 2007 when they lost like a 6-game lead with like a week left. With Aaron Judge, Zeno said it, he could be the greatest Yankee to never win a World Series next to Don Mattingly. And in a franchise where you've won 27 championships, that means everything. So as great as Aaron Judge is, he'll sort of be forgotten if he doesn't win the big one.
Babe Ruth, 659. Mickey Mantle, 536. Lou Gehrig, 493. And now Aaron Judge at 361. Well, Dan Marino says, I know how you feel, Aaron Judge. I know how you feel. All right. We need to have a big day. We need to have a big weekend. We need a bunch of green check marks. So let's get to it. It's time to lock it in. All right. Let's start with my two guys and my one guy who started 2-0 yesterday. Hello, Zeno.
Houston Cougars -3.5 tonight at home against the Colorado Buffaloes. Connor Wegman, quarterback for Houston, along with Willie Fritz, get the offense coming. Houston's defense really good. Colorado on their third-string quarterback. And Minnesota Twins, first 5 money line here. Little juicy, but they're playing an Arizona team that starts Brandon Pfaadt, whose ERA is north of 7 on the road, giving up 19 of his 22 home runs away from Arizona. And Pablo Lopez, better starter here. Keep the tie in our back pocket if needed.
That is an 8:10 Eastern time with the Diamondbacks on the road in Minnesota. Soupy, you're up.
Arizona money line. I think they're going to be aggressive to start this game because they want to get a lead to where they're going to force Avery Johnson to pass, and he is not a passing quarterback. So I got Arizona to win this. South Florida +17.5. They won in Gainesville last week. I think they keep it close in Miami, especially against a Miami secondary that will give up explosive plays. I think it stays within 2 touchdowns for them.
All right, we've got a ton on the pitch this weekend, so let's switch over now to Footy Friday. Let's start with games today, Chuck.
Well, day soccer, Germany, Bundesliga, Bayer Leverkusen, Frankfurt, the over 3. These two have combined for 3 or more total goals in 18 of their last 20 meetings. Plus, I like the Eagles to score a first-half goal. Frankfurt, first-half team total over half a goal. They've scored a first-half goal in 3 straight versus Leverkusen. Then we travel to France, Ligue 1, Marseille versus Lorient. The over 3, these two have combined for 3 or more total goals in 6 of their last 7 meetings. And then
Sorry.
Then we go to Saturday. You know, we had to have a little EPL action. The South Coast Derby, Bournemouth, Brighton, the over 2.75 with the over 2.75 cashing in 3 of their last 4 meetings. And then we wrap up the card for single plays anyway with Charlotte FC and Inter Miami with the over 3. Charlotte have averaged 1.17 goals at home, while Inter Miami score a team total of 2.1 on the road.
All right, very, very good. And also, for the first time ever in the history of Coach and Company, we've got a 4-way first-half parlay. Charles, what is this?
A little bonus first-half parlay. We're just taking all 4 matches, and we just simply need a first-half goal in each match for a nice plus 150.
Oh, and how about my man Nonsense McGee? He is a premium member, and he says, be safe, everyone. Hold your head high with a nice little super sticker. So thank you, Nonsense, as he heads out the door. There he is right there. All right, now, the JTS play of the day. And you guys are going to be on fire over the weekend the traffic at JTS, Mark, is going to be insane. Talk to me.
We're going with Minnesota's Luke Keeschel to get at least one hit tonight, something he's done in 4 of his last 4 home games. He's averaging almost 2 hits a game there. We're going to pair that with Los Angeles Dodger pitcher Yamamoto to throw at least 2 walks. He's done this in 3 of his last 3 games when he's faced the Giants. It is Free Pass Friday. Put them both together for a plus 109. Just Stat Sports play of the day.
All right, I love it. There is the QR code on the screen. I encourage you to become a member right now. NFL 100 is our code, and you get the first month for $1. And by the way, Moneyline Baseball yesterday alone, 9-0, 8 of those south of minus 200. So Moneyline parlays or playing them straight, be a part of JTS. All right, I need to see everybody on the screen because, Soupy, you have a chance to win somebody in the chat a piece of merch right here and right now. If you can spell Yamamoto for me, one chance. Soupy, go.
Yamamoto.
That's a winner.
Ding, 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 ding. All right, producer man, pick somebody that is not a premium member in our chat, and we are going to reward you. We've got several we got to get to. Brand new merch. I think, Mark, we should do a Model My Ass t-shirt for one lucky person. Don't you think so?
I think so, too. I would love to.
All right. Oh, you would love to.
You should have just asked. You should have asked Soupy to just say the Yankees starter, the lefty, Carlos.
I'm actually shocked. What you've been working on that spelling over there?
It's
Soupy.
phonetic. It's easy.
Running
her up.
All right, producer man. Well done, guys. Well done. Give me that one shot. It's now time for all of you to go out into the world, for you to pay it forward. Be kind to one another. Be nice to each other. And understand this. There's only one thing left to do. And I believe you all know what that is. You've got your marching orders. Let's take all of these tickets, all of the weekend tickets, all of the weekend parlays straight to the pay window. For my entire company, damn it, do I love them all. My man, Zeno, Big Chuck, Soupy, Marky Model, Raphael in the chat, DG, producer man. I am simply the coach. Try to keep this train. Oh, Big Chuck, my bad. On said track, we grind for you so we can win with you. It's what we're all about. This is Coaching Company, presented by Afterburn. As always, right here on Stadium and Valley Sports Live. Take care.